Hey guys, take it from me, losing your hair sucks. I have committed to baldness and shaving, but that's a little extreme for some people. Maybe you're not down with that and you'd prefer to keep the hair you have. That's where Keeps comes in. Keeps is the easiest and most affordable way to keep the hair you have. Getting started with Keeps is super easy. Sign up takes less than 5 minutes. You just answer a few basic questions and snap some photos of your hair, or lack thereof. A licensed physician will review your information online and recommend the right treatment for you. Then it's shipped right to your door in a box like this every 3 months. Keeps offers generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there. Some of you have probably tried them before, but you probably never gotten them for this price. Keeps is only $10 to $35 a month, plus now you can get your first month free. Go to keeps.com/TST. That's keeps.com/TST, or click the link in the description and we got you covered. What up, fools? Welcome to Perfect Timing TV. We are in Phoenix today. My homie Kristen Lee from Jalopnk.
What up?
Try to look cool again. Do it again. Yeah. Where McLaren has flown us to Phoenix, where it has pissed rain on us for a day and a half.
All day,
to drive the new 720S Spider and 600 LT Spider. I decided to have the homie Kristen in this video because she's good at yapping.
One hopes.
Professional, because you're a professional.
Professional yapper.
Yeah, so here it is. This is the 720S Spider in a really beautiful shade of blue with the luxury package. That gives you the extra good leather and the extra good things and the extra carbon and the extra
Mostly
love.
the carbon.
It's carbon and leather. That's
it's
what
expensive.
It is. You get a retractable power roof that in a second I'll put down. It has a photovoltaic electro LCD tint, bro. You press a button and the ceiling goes from light to dark. You press the button again and it goes from dark to light. It's beautiful. And then you press this button and 11 seconds later, you press it the other way and 11 seconds later, the top in one smooth motion is gone.
11 seconds doesn't sound like a lot until you are sitting in the rain. And then 11 seconds gets really long.
11 seconds is long if it's raining on you. 11 seconds is short if you're at a traffic light, but you can also do it up to 30 miles an hour, which helps.
But time is a construct. Time is a social construct.
Oh, boy.
It means nothing.
All right, listen, communist. No. So, this car...
Is that racist?
No. This car is... Oh, it wasn't a Chinese thing. That was a Gawker thing, but that's okay. But thanks for catching me. $315,000. That's the entry price. If I had to guess, this one was $350,000. Big dollars. It's big dollars, but it is the roomiest car in its class. It is the most powerful car in its class. It's fast as hell. It's only 108 pounds heavier than the coupe version, which is the smallest Delta coupe to Spider in its class. It has a huge trunk, and I can sit straight up and drive, which is fantastic. So,
also good. I'm going to make one more note.
Go.
The buttresses that they've added are glass, so you can actually see through them.
Yeah.
Which is big.
Yeah. So these rear buttresses, which direct air over the engine lid and out the back, it smooths out the flow and also extracts heat from the engine. They're glass, which is so cool because when I look over my shoulder, I can actually see a whole lot more back there than before, which is really nice for blind spots. They have, and we are going to drive, but they have not tried to turn the 720 into a race car. They've really tried to keep the 720 a street car, and to that end, they've really gone out of their way to make sure visibility, ingress and egress, the position of the doors, all that stuff is easy. It's easy, even if you're big and bold like your boy Farah over here. So, should we have a drive?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go drive.
Let's go kick it.
Hello, we're gonna drive. We'll see you in a second. We'll be right back. Okay. Now it's wet.
This road is wet and strange, so forgive me for under-mobbing. And traction control. There's traction control already.
There's a very restrictive traction control, and that's fine. It's going to keep us alive.
It's not very restrictive. That's the wrong word.
Okay,
it's what I would call motorsport grade. It keeps me from getting wheel spin. But you can probably see the rooster tail going out back.
Oh, I hope you can.
Yeah. In fact, rear visibility way better in this car than it was before, and better than I think the competition. Look at the rainbow.
There's a rainbow.
Rainbow. .710 horsepower, 568 pounds of torque. It's a 3.8 liter twin turbo V8.
4 liter.
Is it 4 liter? Excuse me, I apologize. Thank you, person who did their homework. 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, 38 pounds curb weight, very light. It's 500 pounds lighter than the Performante Spider I just drove. 500!
Really?
500 pounds lighter. It's like it's like remove a Honda Goldwing from the Spider.
500 pounds.
Yeah.
Can you really feel that 500 pounds?
It does feel light.
Yeah.
Very, very light on its feet. Also, great visibility, great greenhouse. We drove this car all day today with the roof off. We were able to have a normal conversation.
So I was talking with one of the engineers, and one of the remarkable things is these A-pillars, which were very skinny in the coupe, stay very skinny in the Spider, and that's because the carbon fiber monocoque chassis is really where most of the reinforcements are, so they didn't really need to do a whole lot up here.
Exactly.
Which helps with the weight, the minimal weight gain.
Exactly. In the 720 coupe, when you have that center support structure where the doors mount from the on the roof here, that's rollover protection, right? So they added these really kind of beautifully done struts, almost carbon struts, which you can probably see the buttress behind my head here. That is the rollover structure. So no pop-up hoops. That's the full structure of the car. I believe it's called Monocell 2S.
Monocell 2S,
right?
Monocage 2S.
Monocage 2S?
Monocage 2S.
It's definitely Mono something 2S.
Yes. But when they got rid of that central roof beam, they had to change the structure of the door. Not the structure, but the hinging of the door slightly. Because in the coupe, it's a dihedral door and it hinges up here and down here. So now this is missing. They had to move the hinges, which apparently was hard, but they pulled it off.
A pain in the ass, as they say in the English. But the doors have the same motion, but it's just from a different place, which is really bizarre.
Can you imagine how hard that is? It's like it has to look the same from the outside. It has to weigh the same, pretty much. And you have this much space to work with, yet you have to put a new hinge, in a different place.
On that note, we're going to pause because Van, we'll be back.
Easily accessible.
That didn't do anything. Okay, wet launching, no bueno. This car's on, huh?
No good. It's fine. We found one thing the car is bad at.
One thing it's bad at, launching in the rain. Okay, can't do that. This car's on Corsas. There's also an optional P0 for colder climate, but the Corsa is the standard tire, which we have today. Steering is beautiful. Look, guys, fundamentally, we're talking about a roof, and we're talking about how you change a car and make it feel the same, right? Driving this car is a new experience for Kristen. She's never been in a 720.
I've never driven a McLaren before.
First McLaren.
First McLaren.
Mazel tov, l'chaim. But for me, I've driven 720 coupes, so I know what that car is supposed to feel like. And this car, with their changes, the extra weight, the change in the body panels and the aero, the minor stuff, it feels almost exactly the same.
That's really quite remarkable because you can think about it, a lot of cars gain at least 200 pounds when they take the roof off because everything else needs to be fortified. And crazily, they didn't really add that much weight. The weight, I think, mostly comes from the new
top
rollover
mechanism itself.
and the mechanism, which in other McLaren Spiders are hydraulic powered, and here it's just electric motor, which makes it faster and more quiet.
If you missed that, they switched to a fully electric convertible top mechanism. No hydraulics, so it's quieter, it's faster, and it's easier and requires less maintenance. That's good. But from the driver's seat, there's almost no perceptible change in structural rigidity or weight or performance. The acceleration's fundamentally unchanged. Visibility is fundamentally unchanged. The ride is unchanged. The engine's the same. It's got more trick shit. Yeah. It's just more money, folks. It's just more money.
I am not typically a convertible person,
Woo!
but this is really doing it.
Well, you know what you don't want from a convertible is a negative change in structure, rigidity, right? You don't want that jiggliness.
Yeah.
And there's no jiggliness here. This ain't no jiggles.
I think the
Fourth
best.
gear. Can't even put it down. I can't even put the power down in fourth. That was traction control kicking in.
Oh.
It's not hard to drive in the rain. It's not going to get away from you. But if you think you can use all 700...
Why is this in air quotes?
Because this car makes 700 at the wheels and everyone knows it.
Oh.
And we learned earlier that if you go 84 miles an hour with the top down, you stay dry.
The back carpet, not necessarily, but the important part, stays dry.
Now the really important part, Kristen. The turning radius. We goes other way. Uh-oh. See, oh, wow, it's raining so much more when you're slow. Here's the turning radius. Not great, not
great.
Terrible. Not great, not
Adequate.
terrible. It's about what I expect. Oh, now we got to race the rain out of here. 8,000 RPM, quite a lot for a turbo motor.
Extremely high, really.
And also, it's not just the revs, right? It's that this car has a smoothness about it that almost no other sports car has.
That's absolutely right. Even with other dual clutch units, when you floor it, you can still sense the shifts. But in this car, it really feels like just powering to the top, and the ceiling is very, very high.
There's like no interruption in power, and also the suspension is so compliant that it's almost totally unique in the market, except for, and you're not going to believe this, Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce gives you the impression that it glides over everything and you don't feel it. This car does that, but somehow you also feel the road. Like
it's very spooky.
Yeah, it glides over the big stuff, but the surface comes into the steering wheel. It's really, really strange. It's really cool, and it's the kind of thing that only a super rigid structure with very compliant geometry can give you. It's really neat. Really neat. Woo! That was a downshift from 5.5. Forgive my pace, folks. It's wet as hell and I ain't never driven this road. It's blind. Oh, I'll put the nav on so I can maybe at least see what the next curve is.
That's helpful.
Garmin nav software. That's promising.
I didn't think I would ever hear Garmin again.
You thought Garmin was gone
I thought
forever.
Garmin was gone.
No.
It lives on in McLaren.
And FCA.
Oh, really?
FCA navs,
Oh.
yeah.
What happened to TomTom?
Oh, that's just F. Sorry, C and A, but F. F is like they get TomTom. What a beautiful car. This is one of the only cars where you can totally straight face, nonchalant, don't even notice it, just cruise at 5,500 RPM. It's so smooth, the engine never gives you the impression it's working. It's just happy to ho-hum along and woo!
Yeah. I think this is probably the most effortless feeling car.
Yeah.
It does the everyday stuff. It does this. It does the triple digit speeds so well and easily that you, I think, run out of confidence before the car does.
Certainly in the wet, but this is the kind of car that will turn nearly anyone into a rock star. I mean, it will make you, and I'm bringing in knowledge from the coupe here, it'll make you amazing. And look, to get from coupe to Spider, realistically, it's only money. The weight difference is less than driving with a full tank versus a quarter tank of fuel. You know what I mean?
Right, so you don't have to choose now performance or open top. You just decide open top, not, and a money issue.
It's pretty rad.
And I feel like when you're buying cars at this price point, I feel like the extra, what is it, $40,000? No, extra
25?
15, extra maybe 20, 15 to 20, $25,000 is probably not going to factor that much into the decision making.
Sorry, they gave it to us in pounds. We're trying to convert.
We're madly converting in our heads.
I think it's around 20 grand is the premium for the Spider. It is worth it. It really is. Although I will reiterate, the coupe is ace as well. Little water in the corner there. Desert road covered in water. Good for rooster tails, bad for grip. The car is manageable though. Yeah! Over crest. So yeah. Woo! It's really got this kind of just squeeze. Oh man, I can't even put it into words. You squeeze and it just hurdles you. It's more rocket ship than race car.
It does, it feels like you've been fired from something.
Yeah, like being shot out of a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even
it keeps going too. It doesn't
does.
like let off after a while. It doesn't feel like you're running out of power. It will keep going. It gets faster somehow.
It's like a boost by gear, so it actually will pull harder in, third than it does in second, and then you upshift and it keeps pulling harder. It's very, very cool. Beautiful sound, beautiful car.
Some people don't like the sound.
That's okay, they don't have to. I do.
I like it. Especially since they made the red line so high. It really just sings all the way up. I've
spent the entire day like over $4 grand, like the whole day. All right. Woo!
Ah.
Every time it does that, I get a little tingle. Oh, that's standing water.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. I apologize for the conditions. Look here, we're gonna hold 29 miles an hour. Finish this video with the roof back up while moving. Count to 11, and here it comes. 29 mile an hour. Up,
not
up,
bad.
up. Look at that. Ding. So there it is, 720S Spider, on sale, probably within a few months from now. March, on sale in March, thank you. Look, hello, Sheriff. How are you doing,
Cops.
sir? The cops are here to ruin our
fuzz.
That's it. Kristen Lee of Jalopnk.com. Thank you for joining me, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to McLaren for having me out. Tomorrow, hopefully the rain will cease. We are driving the 600 LT on street and track. And man, this is a complete, refined, it's the total package, man. It's rad. And as well it should be for $300,000. But
It better be.
But look at this. Straight up, straight out, comfortable, easy, asks nothing of you, and you don't need weeks of physical therapy when you give it back. Thank you. See you guys next time.
Don't forget, now that you've enjoyed this video, head on over to our store at blipshift.com/TST to grab one of our 2 new shirts, the Million Mile Lexus Strong Nines odometer shirt and the Imperfect Cars Make Perfect Stories Countach shirt in the store for 2 weeks only.